Hey, my fishing friends, and welcome back to the channel. It's your favorite fishing buddy here, and today we're diving deep into what promises to be a truly special day on the water. October 10th, 2025. I've been crunching the numbers, studying the charts, and talking to my network of fishing fanatics across the states, and let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be one for the record books. We're talking about a classic autumn bite, where fish are on the prowl, fattening up for the long winter ahead. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to cast your line, what bait to use, and why this particular Thursday is going to make your reel sing. Now let's talk tactics for some of our favorite freshwater fighters, because this autumn prime time means serious action. First up, my friends, let's target the largemouth bass, yamist. In the crisp air of October, bass are on the move, chasing baitfish that are still schooling up. You'll want to focus on the shallows, specifically anywhere from 5 to 8 feet of water, around submerged vegetation, weed lines, and those crucial drop-offs where creeks meet larger lakes or rivers. Why there? Because the water temperature is gradually cooling, and these areas still hold pockets of slightly warmer water, and most importantly, provide ambush points for those hungry predators. For tackle, a medium-heavy spinning or bait-casting setup is ideal. My secret for this time of year? Lipless crankbaits in shad patterns, or a good old spinnerbait with a large blade. If the water is still holding above 15 degrees Celsius, don't shy away from topwater lures, especially early in the morning. Work those baits fast to cover water until you find the active fish, then slow it down and really work the area. Next, let's chase those elusive walleye. October is fantastic for walleye as they become incredibly active. Look for them in areas with good structure, rocky reefs, deeper drop-offs, especially those leading into 60-foot basins, and even those subtle current areas. Early in the fall, they might still be relatively shallow, but as the water cools, they'll follow the baitfish to slightly deeper water. A good fish finder will be your best friend here, helping you pinpoint their exact depth. For bait, a jig tipped with a 4 or 5-inch soft plastic jerkbait in a natural white or shad color is deadly. Also, don't underestimate live bait. A 5-inch redtail chub on a fireball jig is often irresistible. If you're trolling, deep-diving crankbaits can help you cover a lot of ground and locate those schooling walleye. And for those who love a good fight, the Baden northern pike are getting aggressive. These toothy critters love the cooling water and are moving closer to shore, seeking both food and warmer pockets. Target areas with living aquatic vegetation, rocky points, and those weed-filled saddles between islands. Pike are ambush predators, so they'll often be lurking, waiting for an easy meal. Your best bet for tackle will be a medium-heavy casting setup. I highly recommend large, slow-moving baits. Think big topwater lures if they're close to the surface, or diving lures and silver-bladed spinners with white tails when they're a bit deeper. A Johnson silver minnow with a 4-inch white grub for added action is a classic for a reason. Remember, go big, go slow, and present your lure right along those weed lines or drop-offs. Now let's break down the conditions that are setting the stage for this fishing fiesta on October 10th, 2025. Weather. The forecast for October 10th across much of the central and eastern USA looks pretty sweet, my friends. We're expecting daytime high temperatures to hover around 15 to 18 degrees Celsius or about 59 to 64 degrees Fahrenheit. The nights will be noticeably cooler, dropping to 8 to 10 degrees Celsius, 46 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit. So layer up. Atmospheric pressure should be relatively stable, perhaps with a slow, gentle rise throughout the day, sitting comfortably around 1020 to 1022 hectopascals, 30.15 to 30.21 inches of mercury. This stable, rising pressure is often a good sign for active fish. We're looking at light to moderate winds, blowing gently from the west or southwest at about 5 to 10 kilometers per hour. This creates a nice ripple on the water without being too disruptive. Expect mostly clear skies with plenty of sunshine, it's about 7 hours of it, and low humidity. What does this mean for the fish? The cooler air temperatures and stable pressure will keep them active but not stressed, encouraging them to feed without being overly skittish. The gentle wind will create just enough chop to break up the water's surface, providing excellent cover for predators. Water temperature. Across many lakes and rivers in the USA, water temperatures are definitely on a downward trend, moving into the 13 to 18 degrees Celsius, 55 to 65 degrees Fahrenheit range. In more northern regions, you might see it closer to 10 degrees Celsius, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, while some southern coastal areas could still be in the low 20s, 70s Fahrenheit. This cooling trend is a huge trigger for what we call the fall feeding frenzy. Fish are sensing winter's approach and are actively trying to pack on weight. They'll be moving into shallower areas during the day to find slightly warmer water and follow baitfish, but won't be afraid to retreat to deeper zones as the sun sets. Moon phase. For October 10th, 2025, we'll be in a text waning gibbous phase, with the moon about 82 to 89% illuminated. This is roughly 3 days after the full moon. Now, traditionally, many anglers believe that the bite can slow down a bit right after a full moon, as the fish might feed heavily during the bright nights. However, with a waning gibbous, the night bite can still be productive, and the daytime bite can often pick up as fish become hungrier after the initial post-full moon lull. The moon's position in Gemini on this day, according to some lunar calendars, might indicate a period of increased fish activity and a general sense of changeability, keeping us on our toes. Overall fish activity. Considering all these factors, I'm giving the overall fishing forecast for October 10th, 2025 a solid, good rating. We're right in the sweet spot of the autumn feeding frenzy. The stable weather, cooling water, and fish actively bulking up create prime conditions. While the waning gibbous might temper the bite slightly compared to a new moon, the general biological imperative to feed will outweigh any minor lunar effects. Expect active predators, especially bass, walleye, and pike, to be on the hunt. They'll be less lethargic than in summer, but also not as frantic as during a pre-spawn spring bite. It's a fantastic time for consistent action, so don't miss out. So there you have it, my friends. October 10th, 2025 is looking like a prime day to be on the water. Get your gear ready, tie on those big baits, and remember to respect our waters. I wish you all tight lines, or, as we say, ni vosta, ni cheshwi. May you catch a ton of fish. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up and tell me in the comments below. What are your go-to fall baits and what kind of fish are you hoping to reel in this season? I love hearing your stories and tips. Until next time, stay safe and happy fishing.